Jaguars' power gets restored.
Power up, baby.
At some point. What is their greatest power right now, Tom? What's the Jaguars' greatest strength?
Their greatest strength.
Yes,
wow.
and you can't include any specialists. No punters, no kickers, no snappers.
I think the running game maybe is probably out of all of it.
We looked at it, Tone. They're averaging like 5.4 per
They had
carry,
it going
something
last
like that.
Monday, or they had it going Monday. I mean, ETN had a few good runs. So did Bigsby. That one illegal motion is awful, but that killed it. But I think the running game right now, I don't know. Gosh, and I know you guys been through it ad nauseum, but you watch it again. 5 scoring drives in a row, 5 touchdowns. That first drive, it's 4th and 4, and Jerry Jones takes his eye off Shakir when he goes in motion. He thinks he's going all the way across.
He went across, took a step back.
I know.
Step or two back, and he followed him and kept going. Yeah.
Right. Well, no, he thought he was going all the way across. Remember, he first came all the way around.
He went right to left.
Then he
took 2 steps right, and Jones put his head down and
thought he was going
across.
Correct. Right? And he stopped. He's wide open. So let's just say he doesn't. Let's just say he reads it perfect and makes the play.
Mm-hmm.
It's 3 and out.
Yeah.
Totally
or
different.
4 and out. But yeah,
because there was an extra play in there.
Well, it's 4th down.
Yeah. Now that doesn't mean the other. They scored on the other ones too because of different reasons and whatnot. I just honestly, I know, everyone wants this and that. I think most of it is attitude and most of it is preparedness. I'm telling you, I don't think individually they're as prepared as they need to be. And part of that's conditioning. I see a couple guys on defense. Now, granted, you 11-play drive right again. Right away, just what was Cleveland? 17, 16 drives on that first drive?
It was 9 minutes. Yeah, I think it was 16
So, I mean,
plays,
still, it's
minutes.
like, it is tough, but got to be in great condition, man. You got to know exactly what's going on. Credit Buffalo. They game planned us great, but that man, it's little things. Even like the first play I was talking about earlier on my podcast here on 1010XL. The first play, they run a little out to James Cook, and Devin's got him. And he doesn't see the pick coming. I mean, they're going to pick, like the receiver's right there. So he tries to go through him. Well, you can't go through him. You'll never be able to go through him because it's going to stall you to get to your guy. Either got to go underneath it or you got to go around it. He tries to go through it. Cook's wide open. No, that didn't kill us. But that was the opening play of their first drive, and I think it took it off balance, and we didn't know what the heck was going on. I really do. I thought that play, I don't think they were expecting that. I don't think they were ready for that. And I know Lloyd, there are a couple things that he didn't do that he did some things he does well.
Let me ask you, though, Tom, when you enter into a game, right, and you think the opponent's offensive game plan is going to be one way, X, right? And then they show you maybe on that drive, hey, wait a minute, they're switching it up. This is what we anticipated. How quickly do you make the adjustment, though?
Okay, but just take that first play. I'm a man. James Cook's my man.
Gotcha.
So cover him.
I hear
there's a rub route. Okay, well, don't go through the rub route. You're not supposed to go through the rub route. You got to go underneath or around it. That's like 101. Like, you know that in high school. You know that in college. That ain't rocket science. Like, that's like, yeah. And you should see it. You're supposed to have peripheral vision as a linebacker. That's minor things, okay? But they're little things. Like the illegal motion. Called on, I think they called it on Cam. It wasn't Cam. It was Trevor telling Gabe to go in motion when he can't tell him to go in motion.
Yeah.
How do you not know that? Now, does the coach, I sit there and go, he's a 4-year quarterback. Now, one play, but guess what? That killed that drive. That was a great run by Bigsby. About 8 yards. Got him down to 20 somewhere, 22 maybe, something like that. That illegal motion killed it. You got to know that. And Doug's sitting there going, you can't do that. It's illegal motion. You know that the end guy in the line of scrimmage, unless someone replaces him, can't go in motion. He can step off. Yeah. Another guy step up and go in motion, but you can't just go in motion being the end guy. You know that you know that stuff. So was that nerves? Was that, I don't know, what is that? But that shouldn't happen to 2 veteran players. Gabe as well. Although Gabe's coming across looking at him like, what's going on? Like,
we're doing what now?
Why are you doing this, So just those things are killing them, Tone. Yeah. They're killing them.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, man. It's so frustrating.
As I was saying during crosstalk with the guys this morning, right before we got started, it does feel like if they had found a way to win one of those first two, obviously the feeling in the city wouldn't be what it is right now, right? But you lose the first two, and it's in different ways each week, those first couple games, but certainly games that they should have won. Should have won both of those football games.
Could have at least.
Right,
Could
getting
have
in their own way.
Yep.
Against Buffalo, if you had won one of those first two and what happened on Monday against Buffalo happens, you're like,
Whatever.
every now and then
Right.
it gets away from you.
Yeah.
Right? And
Houston's not reeling after they got killed by Minnesota. They're
Right.
like, no, we're fine.
Right,
we'll
that kind
bounce
of thing
back.
happens. But when it's the third of the loss is that kind of loss after having a couple of games where, look, you feel like we could have won, should have won, whatever. Now it feels like, okay, they've dug a hole, and it's hard to see where the options are inside the building right now for them to dig themselves back out of it. I'm not saying that they don't exist.
I know.
It's just
I know
hard
you're
to
saying.
see what that path is for the football team at 0-3 and now a road game against Houston.
You just think about expectations, and this goes for a lot of players. You expect Cam Robinson to be playing better. You expect Trevor Lawrence to be playing better.
Yes.
You expect Josh Hines-Allen to be playing better, although he played really good against Cleveland. I got to give him that. This time it was just some things against the run, but that was about it.
We talked about it a little bit yesterday on the program. I saw PFF had Josh Hines-Allen as their highest rated defender on Sunday or on Monday. I was like, that doesn't mean anything.
No.
Like, they were no good on Monday. He might have been the best of a bad group, in that football game, but he had no impact on the game.
No, he didn't. And they got carved up, they got off balance, they got beat, it's just I honestly don't, look, I think most teams, athletically speaking, big, strong, fast, are all somewhat close. The difference is the grit, being prepared, knowing what's going on. Like, you watch Josh Allen run that offense, he's like, sit, stop.
Yeah.
Get set. Okay, now go. He's running the whole damn show. I mean, now granted, he's got a few years or a couple years on Trev on that, but that they were just prepared. You could tell that was a prepared team. We weren't prepared. Is it coaching? Part of that's coaching. Part of it's the player. And look, today with the CBA, you got to do more on your own than ever. You really do, because they can only do so much with you, right? Because of that collective bargaining agreement, how much they practice, how much time they're at the stadium, how much hitting, how much whatever it is. You got to do more on your own. I hope they are. It doesn't feel like they are.
Hey, Mia here, and thanks so much for watching 1010XL Jaguars. For even more coverage of the Big Cats, be sure to subscribe to 1010XL Jaguars.